It's on!
It's on, everybody. Welcome to this week's edition of Disney Parks Talk Live, the show in which we live talk to you about Disney parks and Mike raises the roof. I'm Doobie Mosley, co-founder here at Laughing Place. Rebecca hopefully will be joining us soon. She is having some technical issues, restarting that machine. I know that machine. It could be a bit, but hopefully she'll be joining us because I miss my wife. But I do have these two handsome gentlemen with me. First up, we have Michael Celestino.
You know, the mayor of Calico called me handsome yesterday, too.
It's a trend. At some point, are you going to start to believe it?
Yeah, we're 2/100ths of the way there.
Okay.
Hey, Mike, you're a handsome devil.
That's
3/100ths.
Nikki B, if you're out there, Gio, let Mike know just how handsome he is. Let's get the count rolling. He covers everything Southern California theme parks for us. And then on the other coast, we have Jeremiah Good. How you doing, Jeremiah?
I'm doing well, Doobie.
A man who does not doubt his handsomeness. Am I right, Jeremiah? There it is.
Correct.
There it is. Let us get started with a look at the big news that came out today, and that is on your coast, Jeremiah. Tell us about it.
Yep. Test Track 3.0 opens July 22nd. I said this on our live stream earlier. I felt like it's been closed for a year and a half, but I was looking at my memories today, and I was riding this attraction last year on this day.
Oh, really?
So yeah, we actually put out if you head over to our Instagram, we collaborated with Walt Disney WW magazine and put out a great video showcasing all of my footage from last year. And now it's just almost a month away it opens. I'm very excited for it.
I would have thought it was more than a year as well. That's crazy. What do we know about Test Track 3.0, Jeremiah, that you are excited for?
It has some trees. That is, and it has some really cool lighting. Those were the two videos that came out today. They had Imagineers talk about trees in one, but the main one was about the lighting. It's how your car perceives the world around it is what they framed it as. And it looks really cool. I can identify exactly where that spot is. So I'm excited for that. But just overall, they say it's going to pay homage to the original World of Motion, which even if they just put in the song a little bit, I'll be happy.
Yeah, I agree. That's one of the few Epcot attractions I never got to do that I really wish I had.
Yeah.
So that is the latest on what's coming, but some surprising news on what left, Jeremiah. The VR stuff, sorry.
Oh,
we have a rundown, but I realize not everyone has 4 monitors around them like I do.
Jim Henson's daughter alluded to the fact that we could be getting Muppet Vision 3D on some type of VR platform. There wasn't a lot of details, and it's kind of up in the air, but any Muppets is good Muppets.
Is that true?
I've loved all of the Muppets that have come out. Even, some of the movies have not been the greatest all the way through, but they're still Muppets, and it's still fun.
Okay, if you say so. I'm sorry. I'm the non-Muppets fan around here. Perhaps the only one on the whole team here at Laughing Place that's not goo goo gaga over the Muppets. So it must be me, not you.
It is you.
And then we went to opening, to closed, and now how about will soon be closing?
Yes, Gideon is going to be very sad. Is he going to chain himself to that Jeep?
I hate to tell you this, Jeremiah. This is no longer on his must-do list. He is now 16 years old. It has served its purpose.
I'm sorry, that statement doesn't work when I know the boy did how many trips on the canoes this last time he was out there?
Fair enough. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 20, yes.
The Boneyard, one of the original attractions of Disney's Animal Kingdom from 1998, is closing. This will be making way for the Tropical Americas. This location, according to all the maps and everything we've seen, will be where the really stylish carousel is going to be going, at least from what we can gather. And this goes, I'm sorry, I don't remember the exact date. It was September 6th.
Your last day to experience this classic opening day attraction is September 1st,
Oh,
2025.
it's close.
We're
Yes.
very
So go and you can dig out some bones.
Are you going to go there and get a some documentation before it closes?
I got some good documentation not too long ago, but I will
Okay.
definitely go. I can remember the first time I went there, and one of my favorite photos, which I should definitely dig up, is me. Didn't even plan that. In the where you can dig up the Triceratops bone that's covered. There's a great picture of me just sitting on the ground with buckets all around me and digging because nobody was in there doing it.
Geo says that's before Destination D. It is not, right? Destination D I'm seeing is August 29th through 31st.
Correct.
So yeah, if you go to Destination D, you can be among the last. Can you imagine these kids who just, their one time at Disney World who just want to play and just being overrun by influencers trying to get the last day at Boneyard? That's annoying.
That's my day every time I'm in the parks.
All right. Speaking of influencers, let's talk to Mike Celestino.
The handsome influencer.
That's right.
I ain't never influenced nobody.
Look at you already getting in character for your Ghost Town Alive. Tell us about it, Mike.
Ghost Town Alive, yeah, it's my favorite, as we discussed this in this morning's meeting that viewers did not get to watch. My favorite immersive theme park experience running currently, yeah, I would say. And it puts you in the Old West. It puts you in the mining town of Calico, and there's all sorts of characters you can interact with, and a story that plays out over 7 full hours. And there's shootouts in the street. There's bank robberies. There's a hoedown. And you can run tasks for people. I earned the key to the city for a full 20 minutes. And it's just a
Did
whole
it
lot
come
of
with
fun.
a pen?
Nope, no pin.
Is this the closest thing to Evermore we have out there right now?
Yes, I would say so. Evermore was an interesting failed experiment, and this is still thriving here every summer at Knott's Berry Farm.
Mike, as somebody who's done it every year, really since it started,
I think so.
do you see the same people every time you go there doing it?
Oh, you mean like guest wise?
Yes.
Sometimes. I will say it appeals to a certain demographic. Like teenagers and young adults, I think, are probably the most into it. But I don't always go on this, like I don't always go on opening day, and I feel like there are people who are always there on opening day. Sometimes like this weekend I went on Sunday, so it was the third day of this run of Ghost Town Alive. But yeah, I have seen some regulars around there for sure.
I mentioned this in our meeting that nobody saw. When I went there, I think it was last year, I was there towards the end of the run. And as Doobie mentioned, being overrun by influencers, I felt almost the exact opposite, where everybody that was there had been doing it all season long, and I just kind of got ignored completely. I tried to walk in and start one of the stories, and even the characters were kind of like, "Yeah, hey, how's it going?" I'm like, I'm trying to figure this out. And it was definitely an Evermore experience where if you didn't know what was going on, you would have no idea.
Well, that is Ghost Town Alive. How long does it run there, Mike?
I think it's through September 1st at Knott's. It's on select dates. It's not every day.
Oh, okay.
So pray that your date has been selected.
Or look at the schedule. I presume there's a schedule. It's not just random. Hey, let's do it today, right?
I just wanted to rip off David Letterman.
But is there a schedule, or do you just have to guess?
There is a schedule, yes.
Isn't it weekends usually and like busier?
Yeah, weekends and holidays. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All righty. Let us stay on the West Coast where Mike Celestino can talk to us. Hey, Rebecca's there. Are you ready to come on, Rebecca? I did not even see you there. Sorry. You had to scroll to see Rebecca. How you doing, Rebecca?
I'm doing well now that the computer decided to work.
She's Rebecca Mosley. She's my wife, the other co-founder of Laughing Place. Catch you up. We've talked about how handsome Mike is. He's about...
You have to compliment him. Tell him he's handsome.
He's doing something different with his hair today.
All right, so we're up to
I
about
took
5.
a
I
shower
think.
is what I did differently.
That made you even more handsome, Mike.
Is it June already? I believe Mike's up to 5. He says if he gets to 100, he'll believe it.
That is actually reminds me of a funny line that I think I captured on the video that we have on YouTube from Ghost Town Alive yesterday, where the train's coming with the new mayor for the town, and the bandits, they're called the Mayfield Gang. Like one of them says, we rode our horses through the rain last month, so we're all ready to go. Like we're all clean and washed up.
Nice.
That works for me. Now we talked about Test Track, Muppet Vision, Dinosaur, Boneyard, Big Thing. And now we're going to talk about Halloween at Disneyland. Where do you want to start, Mike?
Well, we've got the returning stuff is all going to be the Oogie. Well, we got the Oogie Boogie Bash, just the after hours ticketed event that's returning. There's the Halloween Screams fireworks show is also coming back, and Haunted Mansion Holiday, of course, is returning.
Of course. And what else? Everything in Cars Land is coming back.
The Halloween. It's called Halloween.
Monsters After Dark is coming back. Did they announce anything new that's coming this year?
I think Mickey and Minnie and Friends have new outfits. There's that right there.
Mickey and Minnie and Friends are going to be performing again at DCA, but yes, they do have new outfits that are 70th inspired. You can see those right there.
Right.
See, the shirt is kind of like the shirt he wears, and she has like the tulle layered skirt, but it has a Halloween palette instead of the celebratory palette.
I see it there.
It's a good AI piece of art right there.
Don't start going down that.
Don't start. Don't start that stuff.
AI and digital are not synonymous yet. And as you said, Mike, Oogie Boogie Bash would be returning. It's going to have 31 dates this year, running between August 17th and October 31st. Obviously, not every date, much like the thing at Nuts.
But they didn't say They didn't reveal any new characters, right?
They did not.
That I'm aware of.
They did not. They revealed the dates, and the tickets go on sale starting June 24th through June 26th, depending on your level of Magic Key, or if you don't have a Magic Key. And prices will range from $139 to $199, which is up a little bit from last year, but not a lot.
It's like Mike's fighting off the Minox.
I had a bug. I'm sorry.
It's not a bug. It's a feature, Mike.
Yeah.
So Halloween coming up. What is your single favorite part of Halloween at Disneyland?
At Disneyland, I would say, they got Tori and I loved the Space Mountain Ghost Galaxy overlay, and that's gone now. So now that that's gone, they don't do that anymore. I do like Haunted Mansion Holiday. They did a good job with that every year. And then just the decor and the general atmosphere, I would say. As far as like Oogie Boogie Bash goes, I really love the Villains Grove overlay of the Redwood Creek Challenge Trail.
Why do you shake your head at that, Jeremiah?
Because that's the one time I've gone to Oogie Boogie, I couldn't get into because the line was back to Soarin' for a walkthrough.
That was really cool. I'll agree. But I think I like both the dip from Judge Doom.
Yeah, that was fun too.
More and Oogie Boogie.
Wait, okay. So the first year they had Judge Doom, he was dipping the shoe in the dip. And then I didn't go that year at all to Oogie Boogie. We couldn't get tickets. Laughing Place couldn't get any tickets. We couldn't buy tickets. We couldn't get him to give us tickets. And then last year I got to go, and they brought back Judge Doom, but he wasn't dipping the shoe anymore. The shoe was just like, I think it was just hanging there.
Yeah, which is sad. But he's hilarious. I mean,
he was really good.
His performance is great. And then I love Oogie Boogie and that whole back and forth in there inside, especially the fact that it's in the Disney Junior building. I just love that. So anyway, but it's all great. Oogie Boogie Bash is a ton of fun. Great event. But you know what's even more fun, Jeremiah?
What, Doobie?
Misinformation.
This show is so good. I when everybody sent me this, and this is for those who don't know, it's just a little skit that's in Epcot, and everybody's sending it to me going, "Is this real? Is this real?" Didn't watch anything. Went over, found them after nobody having any clue. Watched the show. This is as close to the old Streetmosphere in Hollywood Studios as we will get for a long time. The funny thing is, the gentleman there used to be in the Streetmosphere in Hollywood Studios and the Adventures Club. It is worth watching the video to understand why it's so funny. They don't treat it like it's a kid act. It's cute for the kids, but they also make sure that the adults are laughing at some of the jokes too.
It's got an edge. It's definitely got an edge to it. I love it. I just watched your video, Jeremiah. I haven't been there, obviously, but I love this. Gideon enjoyed it. We sat down. I made him watch 2 minutes of it. We ended up watching the whole thing. I absolutely love this.
Yeah, all of the cool kid summer stuff seems to be each day it seems like they add something new, whether it be jugglers or this. So it's exciting to see the entertainment returning, the atmosphere entertainment. So hopefully that will be good news for the future. The one thing about this, they don't have a set stage. They keep trying to move it around so it's not in the sun. This is in the breezeway in between Club Cool and Connections Cafe. And if you watch the video long enough, you see people just walk flat in front of them, like just nonstop, not caring a bit.
Who was the comedian who had the bit where he would mash up celebrities and be like, this is what their child would look like? He would just like randomly cut up. You guys, that used to happen, right?
I've seen. I don't know who it was, but
okay, because one of the late night shows. This performer is like, for me, when I saw him, instantly Dan Patrick, Rick Moranis.
Well, Tim actually used to be on a Nickelodeon show back in the day. I don't remember what show it was. He was a principal in school.
Oh, seriously?
But he's been part of the Disney Entertainment. Like he actually opened the Adventures Club in 1989 on Pleasure Island. So he's been there for that long.
Dude, my computer just... Am I still here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we still here?
My browser over here just decided to go, not enough memory to open this page and shut it down. So.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Oh man, all of my pages.
That's why I would always. That's why I always had this one in Chrome and my stuff I was showing in Firefox.
Thankfully, it did not close this. So anyway, the name of the show is FAIL, Florida Artificial Intelligence Laboratory, and it just pops up around Epcot, as Jeremiah said, and I absolutely love it. I want to see it. A lot of improv, a lot of audience interaction, so it's going to be different every time you see it. I really look forward to seeing this in person. That looks so fun. Does it look fun to you at all, Mike?
Oh, yeah, I would like to see that.
Because the comments on our video are a bunch of people who say, what a waste of time. That looks terrible. Of
course.
Yada, yada, yada.
Really?
Yeah, that seems fun to me.
Come on, people.
They just want a real dinosaur, okay?
More real dinos.
Okay, let's see.
Like that new Aqua Lock.
Not a good segue because that comes later on the.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes, that will be coming. But for right now, let's stick to Disney World. A couple of quick things. We've got some changes on the map over at Hollywood Studios because Muppet Vision is gone.
I liked our headline.
Let's see that head. Oh,
Less
that is
grand.
Less grand. That is a great headline. One of those headlines. You see that, you know Tony wrote it. And then on the inside, you can see that miraculously a bunch of shrubbery has grown.
Grew overnight, yeah.
Overnight.
And that's all there is in Grand Avenue.
Oh, that's left of Grand Avenue. But monsters are coming. And then speaking of monsters, we got some new artwork over there. They put up a new concept art, which, there you go.
There it is.
Subtle changes, not major changes, but there actually are some subtle changes, like the fact that the fountain is there.
Yeah, the fountain's there. They added
a fountain.
It looks like a splash pad in the back in front of the actual building the Monsters building, and they moved it back some, it seems. Yeah, the green and blue tinting off to the left on the left side picture.
Oh yeah.
It looks like it's a splash pad or at least a kid play area, because this is going to be, don't think they said anything about a height limit, but this is not going to be a kid-friendly coaster.
Right.
Monsters Inc. Why would kids ever think they can ride that?
I miss that little splash area they had at Honey I Shrunk the Playground. That was popular with littles, and it was a nice one because the way it was designed, they didn't have to get completely drenched because it was more of like a little wall they could splash on. So
no, I was listening to Disney Hits on Sirius XM plug. And one of the stars like, I remember riding the bee and playing in that playground. I'm like, that was a fun playground, even for adults, just walking through there.
Gio says that the monster formed with the fountain, so you can see scales in the bricks. So apparently, when you look at it, it's like a whole visual dynamic. So that's pretty cool.
There you go.
See, there you go. You got like the bricks,
the glob monster.
Yay, textured concrete.
They got rid of the covering area too.
Mm-hmm.
Left is the newer version, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. Yep.
All right. Polynesian, Jeremiah, I hope you're up to date on what's going on there.
I sure hope I am, because I was taking the pictures. So when the Polynesian added the bungalows and kind of removed where the luau was, Kevin and Jody did this piece of art. And then just recently they put in the Polynesian Tower off to the left. So that was added. And then when we're going across the lobby, okay, there's the island tower with the bob-along boat in the background.
Did you see the little boat in the background, DB? Look, it's one of those thingamabobs or bob around.
It was the bob-along.
Yeah, okay.
That's cute. I didn't notice that. That's
Okay,
cool.
go ahead, sorry.
And then across the way, Boutique is under construction, so it's only half open. I'm guessing that I don't know if it's a big renovation or if they're fixing the leaks, because every time there would be a bad rainstorm, even though this was underneath the Kona Cafe and stuff, there would still be leaks in the ceiling coming down. So don't know what that is, but yeah, that entire half is closed. So they're doing some work. And then the biggest change, I hadn't actually been over there to see this. They're reworking the roadway in front of the Poly. They're doing a traffic circle down by the Grand Floridian and that roadway to try to help with the backup, which right now for the past 3 years it's been causing a lot of backup. They've said is a new entrance roadway into the Polynesian, which will be nice. But if you're used to this is looking out from the entrance of the hotel straight out into what used to be the parking lot. Tore down all the trees that were along the roadway, so it's wide open. It was jarring.
Wow.
Well, as Gio says, this is a place that could use some parking. So not a bad thing. Well, not a bad thing eventually. Not necessarily great right now. All right, Jeremiah, what's this? Tell us. What's this?
The hat shop. I'm sorry, I don't remember exactly what the brand is, but there used to be a small candy shop in between the exit of the Country Bear Jamboree and the entrance that has been closed since, I want to say COVID was the last time it was open, pre-COVID. And now it is going to become a hat shop, which I have no clue other than I'm guessing there's some type of sponsorship going on here, because those hats aren't something that I feel like I would want to go to Magic Kingdom and buy in Frontierland.
We need a top 5 weird things you can buy. At one time could buy at a theme park, like the Wurlitzer Organ Shop, the Wizard of Braz, all of that. And now Stetson. All right.
What brand is it? Can you scroll down? I couldn't see what brand it was.
Prairie Outpost is what it's called. Well, that's what the
Oh
source
no, I
says.
just wasn't sure if the article highlighted if we
Yeah, I'm
knew
looking. I don't
Okay.
think we
I-
do.
Okay,
I
that's
don't
fine.
remember.
It just
Yeah.
says, become a fashion pioneer when you shop for wide brim hats, classic fedoras, customized headwear, and more.
It feels like Miami.
Oh, yeah, there's no word on if it will be a Disney run store or from a third party.
Yeah.
So, and
Well, if it said custom headwear, that could either also be, a Mad Hatter type store.
true. So we did point out there is a Chappelle hats currently at Disney Springs, but we do not have any idea if that will be coming here. All right, the Imperium construction. I'm just going to blow through a bit. There's been a lot of construction on Emporium at the Magic
It's like,
Kingdom.
Imperium.
What the heck is that?
Yeah, they finally finished up most of it. They have a couple that they need to clean up, remove some of the old registers, but they're moving much more into the World of Disney or the creation shop at Epcot, where the registers are at one end of the store or the other, and everything in the middle is being removed.
And what's going on at the Hall of Presidents for people?
Hall of Presidents, they open up the lobby. And the only reason that any cast member is saying is because of air conditioning. But in there, I documented all of the current artifacts that are there from the presidential libraries on loan. And they added a few new. They added a picture of JFK and the kids with a pony, a letter from somebody that I don't remember, and then a card game from, I think it was James Monroe. Just very random things that, we hear, oh, there's new things. I go take pictures, talk to cast members to go, yes, those are new. We're always documenting everything, so you can count on us to document all that you need for the theme parks.
Sorry, I'm having computer issues over here. So I will hopefully go. There we go. That's better. Okay. Anything else going on at Disney World, Jeremiah, you want to make sure you mention?
No, I think that's about it. I mean, other than, we got the big news is coming, and really July 20th seems to be a pretty good day, July 22nd. So if you're here during that week, you'll get to see a brand new nighttime parade and get to go on Test Track, or it'll be delayed 3 years also.
Not a chance. Not a chance. All right. Mike Celestino, going back to the West Coast. Are you a fan of the Lamplight Lounge? Do you hang out there much?
I think I've been there maybe half a dozen times, but I do really like it.
One of the pains, of course, is, you got to wait in that long line to get in and all that, but not anymore. The Lamplight Lounge reservations are coming starting June 27th. So it had been walk-up only. Has it always been walk-up only? Was it reservations pre-COVID or anything?
Oh man, I don't recall. I'm sorry.
I feel like it's always been walk-up.
Yeah, I think you're right. So now, starting June 27th, you can make reservations there, which is very cool. That will save Magic Key holders a lot of time, because that seems to be one of the places they hang out.
Yeah, I seem to recall there always being like a long line of people waiting outside to get in there.
Mm-hmm.
I know it was last time we walked by. And yes, the boardwalk dining. Yes, thank you very much. That is the outdoor portion there. What used to be the Cove Bar many, many years ago. And then also in the realm of dining, they have updated the online dining reservation system at the Disneyland Resort. So you can choose a date range, and it will show you little dots when stuff is available for the restaurants and number of guests that you've chosen. So that's kind of useful, and that should save people a lot of time. So yay for that. All right, Mike, let's go to Universal Studios. You can start. You can tell me where you want to start.
Yes, I went to Universal Studios Hollywood this past, let's see, it would have been Thursday last week, and they invited us over to check out the kickoff of the Mega Movie Summer at Universal Studios Hollywood, which means there's all these characters you can meet and interact with. There's photo ops. This is the Jaws characters. There's Quint and Chief Brody. Very good, both excellent performers, and they've got the big new shark photo op there. This is right entrance to Waterworld. Yep.
Can you go back to that picture of Brody for a second, Doobie?
Yeah, that's not him.
Is it me, or does that look like Weird Al? like with the wig from I can't remember which
White,
video
white
it
and
is.
nerdy, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's you, Jeremiah. And I invite everyone to go see Mike's interaction with Captain Quint. It is spectacular.
Tori,
Mia doesn't do anything. It's not even the way he's in charge. See with that cheap roadie. Don't worry. Don't need me yet.
Let me get to the song.
fair Spanish ladies, farewell when I do, ladies of Spain. And then another good one is
So good. He does the character so well, and he was ready for that. And Mike challenged him in a way, and that was pretty awesome. That was
Yeah, he was really, really good. That Quint really wowed me. He was very prepared.
very prepared. What else we got for Mega Movie Summer?
Doc and Marty from Back to the Future are both there with Einstein the dog. There's a meet and greet with the DeLorean time machine. That's worth your time. And then down on there, yep, there you go. So I put the red line there so you don't think that they are all out at the same time. I met them
Oh,
separately.
how funny.
You really should have lined up the DeLorean door
Yeah.
a little bit
Yeah.
better.
That's funny.
That's cool. No, well done. We don't want to give a wrong impression. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So I met, Doc
Einstein.
with the dog and then Marty with the dog, Einstein.
Hey,
There's
that
no-
backdrop looks familiar.
There
Yeah.
was no point where the dog just hangs out on his own for the meet and greet?
Not that I saw, no.
Okay.
And then down on the lower lot, there's some new stuff for the Jurassic World area. You've got a new dinosaur named Dolores, who is a aqualops. That's the name of the species. And these are some photo ops. There's a How to Train Your Dragon photo op
That's
in
not
the
a
Universal
dinosaur.
Plaza.
Oh,
Where's the chorus? Oh, this is the general picture. Okay, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Um,
And
Trying to
then
find Aqualops.
some new
Yeah.
Dilophosaur animatronics on the ride, on Jurassic World, the ride. There's a scavenger hunt you can play called the Compy Chaos. There's the scavenger hunt.
Compy.
This is the character that kind of kicks you off on the scavenger hunt. Help her find her compies.
Compy.
that's very cute. So wait, they've actually updated the ride?
Yes, there's some
What-
new animatronics on the ride.
What did they add?
New Dilophosaurs. I think there's two that you can see from the exterior. I didn't go on the ride, but I think there's two additional ones on the ride. And then there's a big splash when you splash down. It like shoots up from the splashdown area, shoots up into the sky, and they blast this big Mosasaurus noise. It's called the Mosasaurus splash. And you can also pay to squirt water at people now.
$1.
$1, yes.
To pay. You have to pay.
Yes.
$1.
Here's the new
I want to
dino,
know how much it costs over at Dudley Do Right now.
the new hybrid over here that you can meet and greet with. And
That's a
amazing
real
technology.
dinosaur?
This one,
Amazing
okay, can I just say I found this one the least impressive of all of their let's encounter a dinosaur, and I'm kind of sad because it's new.
Oh, I liked him.
You don't.
Yeah.
Her.
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 All dinosaurs
Always
are
her.
female at Jurassic Park.
Always
Yeah.
her.
Come on, Mike.
Yeah.
All right.
Um,
Anything else going on over there? What's the latest on the Fast and the Furious?
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing that we got to see for the media event Thursday morning is they did the unveiling of the new Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift ride vehicle for the new roller coaster that's being built there. So they pulled a sheet away and we got to see it's designed to look like the Dodge Charger from the movie. And then I took a bunch of photos of the track. So we have kind of a construction update on that, the new show building, I'm sorry. And I think that's set to open next year.
Sorry, I have failed on showing you the vehicle. I missed that article. I'm sorry. But yes, here's all the track. And the vehicle is on the website. This it just goes right over and right next to the skywalk.
Right
This is just
over,
cool.
under.
So cool.
Yep.
Yeah, the construction they had to do for this for years and years and years, they've been wanting to get a big coaster, but they always thought they would do it on the other side of the park where Rick Dees and his neighbors would all complain about the sound bleed. So the president of the park finally went and said, hey, let's try it on this side. They got approval. There's lots of sound walls going up, though. I saw a picture earlier that they're even putting up more between the tram route and the coaster track. So the screen walls will be there.
This is a cool looking car. And they don't all look exactly like this, right?
Right. It's neat.
I don't know. This is the one they showed us, but is there art of
Yeah.
the other ones? Okay.
Yeah, there's one where it's racing, and that's Dom's car, and then I can't think of the character's name, the one that passed away. His car is the other one.
Paul Walker.
Thank you. Yeah.
That is so cool. Is this coaster expected to be like Velocicoaster quality?
No, it's more.
No.
It's more Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, because it's going to spin. It's a drift.
Oh,
I'm gonna do
so a
that.
different
Drift.
kind. That's a cool coaster, though.
Yeah, no, it's gonna drift, so it's pretty cool.
Anything else, Uni? Or Disneyland Resort, for that matter, Mike? You wanna
Well, in
mention?
Harry Potter Wizarding World, they did carry over some of the new creatures from FanFest nights that debuted there. So now you can meet the Niffler and the baby dragon, and there's one other one that I miss. I don't remember the name of it, Akami or something. But they do have those new critters out and about for Mega Movie Summer as well. And then what was the other thing you asked, Doobie?
If there's anything at
Anything for
Disneyland.
Disneyland.
Oh,
I know
Disneyland.
Touch on.
You tweeted some really. I know you tweeted some really bad news. I don't think we made an article of it, but some really, really bad Treehouse news.
Every time I go there since the treehouse reopened, I check to see if the little water bucket thing is running. And it's been off and on for about a year and a half. And now it looks as though, from what I can tell, they have tied it off with ropes to, I guess they just gave up on fixing that thing.
That's what happens when Kim Irvine retires. They just give up on all the projects.
Oh,
It made me sad.
Does she have a child that's going to continue on the Irvine legacy?
You don't know, actually.
I don't know either.
I don't know. Sorry, I was just.
By
doing
the
a
way, the
quick
keys
search.
are back. If you want one of those fun keys, I saw people
That is
were
big
buying
news.
them. So I saw
Yeah.
that on X. So that's
That
exciting.
is big news.
So, Mike, for the characters for the animals in Harry Potter, is it the same people from the FanFest nights with the characters? Because they were really the highlight of the little animals.
I never got to see them at FanFest, so I don't know. But you can. I actually do have video. I have the full Niffler show. It's like a little 3-minute intro that she does to bring out the Niffler. I haven't uploaded it yet because I was waiting to go back and get the Akami, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen. I should just put up that video.
Yeah, put up that video. All right, we got a look. Disney Cruise Line. We got to look at the stern characters. Bow, stern. Yeah, the back characters for the Disney Adventure. The ship coming to Singapore. Almost the forgotten ship. It's actually the next ship that'll launch, and it's Captain Mickey and Captain Minnie, and they are adorable. And this ship will be launching late this year, but earlier than the Destiny. But again, in Singapore. So, and
Is this the one that's getting the comic book, or is that?
Yes, it is.
No,
it is.
No, the comic book is the Destiny one. The Heroes and Villains with Black Panther.
No.
That's Destiny.
No, that's actually getting a comic book.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah, epic Disney Adventure exclusive Marvel comic book cover revealed. They are doing a comic book for the ship. Yeah, that's kind of.
That makes no sense.
That makes a sense that says someone else is paying for it,
That's
which
cute.
I suspect.
I like
But
it.
that's pretty cool. So it can only be obtained by sailing on, at least the first issue, can only be obtained by sailing on the Disney Adventure. One of many unique experiences coming to the Disney Adventure in a unique location.
Pretty cool.
Kind of cool.
That's a long way to go for a comic book. Yes.
But you've gone further, Jeremiah. I'm pretty sure.
I have done dumber things.
Further,
Yes, I have.
further for less. He's gone further for less.
Bigger than a pin.
We were at Oga's Cantina the other day, and Tori asked me if I had all the coasters from the bar, and I said, well, there's one that was only available for one day. It was on New Year's Eve, like 3-4 years ago. And I remember on that day, Benji texted me to ask me if I was going down just to get the coaster. I was like, I don't feel like it's necessary, and now I do regret it.
What is that Geo said in the comments? eBay.
If there's one piece of advice we can give you to live by, never ever pass up the opportunity to get something, to spend money, to go somewhere. Just do it. Worry about the ramifications later. That's our life advice from
Especially if you book with Mouse Fan Travel.
Very true. And that includes super chats, by the way. If you ever get the urge. All right. Anything else anybody wants? Oh, there's something else I want you to mention, Jeremiah.
Yes, I was going to mention this. SeaWorld Orlando has kicked off their Summer Night Spectacular, which is something they've been doing for years. They have a very good fireworks show called Ignite that happens. But this year they added in some drones. I've seen drone shows everywhere. This was a beautiful show. It's not a story. It's just they have different sea life pop up in drones, and it was lots of fun. They do a little show on the stage, so there is a ton going on. As one of my friends said, this is not sensory helpful because of the lights and the music and everything else. But the drone show is really neat. Throughout the night, they have these inflatable. They have an octopus, 2 seahorses, and a blue whale. And I will tell you, I got hit with that whale tail like 3 times trying to get photos of it. So it was something.
That must have left you with the whale of a tail. So yet another theme park has drones. Just gonna say.
Yes. Universal, SeaWorld, Legoland has done drones.
And they're right there on this little body of water that's certainly no bigger than Epcot's body of water.
Speaking of fireworks and evening stuff, Epic doesn't have any, right? There is no ending fireworks nighttime stuff.
No, they have their fountain show.
It's a fountain show. Okay,
yeah.
So they do have a fountain show.
Well, as far as fountain shows go, that giant area is fountains, and it plays music and it shoots water and that's the expanse of the fountain show. Don't think of
okay.
Don't think of World of Color or anything major. It is
Gotcha.
From everything I've seen, it's just a small show as of now. But who knows what could happen by next summer?
Yeah, no, that's interesting.
I'm glad you brought that up, Jeremiah. Someone who is, and this is not sarcasm, really in tune to the theme park community in Central Florida. What's the zeitgeist on Epic Universe success? Not the quality, but the success of Epic Universe.
I can honestly say the only time that I've talked about Epic is usually when I'm bringing up Epic. I know people that are coming throughout the year that'll be going to Epic, but I haven't talked to a single person that's like,
Thank you, Donna.
Thank you, Donna.
We appreciate that very much.
Oh, we appreciate
it. I haven't talked to anybody that's planned a trip out just for Epic, and that's Universal or Disney people. And I will look at the wait times throughout the day, and there are times where the wait times get high, but at the same time, Ministry is down, which causes the 7-hour wait that could be going on in there to go other places. But it's an afterthought still, which is sad because it's an amazing park. But as the summer goes on, it'll be very interesting to see. I think one of the things that's really hurting it, and the same thing that happened with DCA, is no annual passes. So there aren't the people going at this point. Is just the people that are paying the $150 to $70 ticket per day, or staying at the hotel and getting a multiple day ticket. So I don't want to say it's negative, but in the Orlando bubble, it's nothing. Nobody's writing home about it, I should say.
When I looked earlier today, the wait times were longer than I had seen in previous weeks. So I was talking to a friend in Ohio, and I was saying I'll be curious to see if it holds like that, because it was looking like that. I don't know that Harry Potter was down when I looked at the time. I don't recall seeing that it was down. So I'm like I say, I was kind of like, oh, finally it looks like that summer, kind of what I was expecting as far as things went. And I was like, so I wonder if maybe we'll start to kind of see it maintain that kind of level. But it's been very interesting to me. My experience has been similar to yours. I don't have a lot of people reaching out to me about Epic. So it doesn't just seem to be a constant topic, and that's kind of strange to me given its newness and whatnot. But I wonder to some extent if it's because you don't have that kind of annual pass, repeating going on, and people kind of, really getting to know it, and so wanting to massage and talk about all the little things that they're seeing because they've been so many times, kind of thing.
And my friends that have when tickets went on sale, a lot of people worried that, oh no, they're going to sell out of the tickets, I won't be able to go on those days, so they bought tickets for specific dates throughout the year. But a lot of them are like, yeah, that's the next time I'm going to go, is when I bought a ticket for 3 months from now.
Yeah.
I would absolutely love to go back there. It's something I enjoyed at the time. And I know my day on opening day was very different than what is current, but still, I would like to go back there, experience the attractions, see the shows. But paying $170 for a one-day ticket is very difficult when it is down the road. And at some point, I know I will have an annual pass for there.
Right.
Yeah. And you
And
currently have an annual pass to other places. It's like
I have an annual pass to Universal and IOA, and I go there once every now and then. I would like to correct Geo. You are incorrect, sir. When it rains, 90% of the park closes.
Hey, it's more than half.
Cast members can't go now either, right?
No, team members, nobody can get in for free. It is, you have to buy the ticket. Which
is, I think, in part shows just how big an audience team members / cast members and annual pass holders are at any theme park. It's just a weird concept that the only people here are people that paid to come here today, and that's not what we're used to. So
yeah,
we will see at some point they can turn that spigot on, and then we'll really get a better idea of how successful it is.
And everybody I've talked to, when they're like, when I get my annual pass, I'm worried about how busy it'll be. And I keep saying, when you get your annual pass, you go on a Thursday in September or October, you go in the late afternoon, everybody's at Horror Nights. Nobody's going to be at Epic. And that's not 100% true. I'm sure there will be people there, but most people that are going to Universal Park in the fall is going for Horror Nights in the after hours.
Absolutely. Cool. Well, anything else anybody wants to say before we close out today? That was easy.
Mike, you're a handsome man.
Thanks.
Keep that count going. Thank you for joining us. Maybe we'll put that as the Sorcerer Street question. Is Mike a handsome man? Thank you for joining us. We will be back next Monday. Will Rebecca be back by next Monday? Yeah, she will. So Rebecca.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Rebecca will
I'm
have
excited.
stories.
I'm about to go I'm about to do another Disney experience, this time under the ESPN umbrella.
Something completely new, ESPN experience.
They're expanding their travel arm, and this time they're offering a what they're calling Inside the Ropes at Travelers Golf. So yeah.
Rebecca is a golf fan now.
I'm excited.
I'm excited for you.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us. We'll be back. I believe I'll be back tomorrow morning, 9:30. Disney Parks Talk. Till then, see ya. Bye.